to say hello to everyone come from every part of the world. Okay, in the beginning, I think I should say something. Ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichiwa. Konbanwa. 皆さん、あなたの今はいいですね。寂しい天気は少し悪いです。でも熱いのスープを飲みましょう。日本語を勉強します。毎日。でも日本語まだです。私は許してください。日本語の時間をあります。失礼します。ありがとうございます。And another one side, I think I can just talk a little bit about the French as the usual. Bonjour, bon après-midi, bonsoir. Je suis Crystal. Je veux swallow millet. Merci pour votre decision. Today, I think so many episodes we are talking about the Politic. So I don't know if you have been feeling bored, but because we have to continue a period of episodes that is a certain stage in the whole book. So here is a little bit section talking about the history. How approximately the Politic went till current time. So the history is very important. We cannot cut it off or just break it out in pieces and let other subjects like law or finance or economic to intervene people's memorization about the Politic. So I think it is suitable to make all the content together. So I have gathered many episodes that is concerned with the history of Politic. I think that is a better way. So we just talk about the history. So you will discover actually in the history the Politic from that is nonsense to a real stuff, and a tour a very important philosophy in the current time. Politic is everyone should concerned about, a very, very noble subject theory or just academy. So okay, so before today's video, I think I should say something. Apologized. So I have to say sorry and contribute my apologized to the CNN. So I have to say something that is very sad, and I'm so sorry about some comment that is not suitable. Maybe you can just make my inappropriate comment to be things that need not noticed about. So that is a good way to say that inappropriate comments into something that is able to be neglected. To say sorry to all the people of the CNN. Okay, by the way, because my apologies, I think I have to issue and deliver one thing. I have not connect with CNN anymore. Okay, so I will not only promote or only refer the CNN. So I don't want to connect with CNN anymore. I hope everyone can understand this. So all the contributions of mine belong to me. So I don't want to share it to anyone. So I hope people can focus on this knowledge on my fan pages and to just follow my state. Okay, so notify again, I will not connect with CNN, okay? So I will not promote or just refer or just to indicate or just to suggest any anchor in the CNN, okay? I will just select several anchors around the world, all the media of the world, to just introduce them to people that I feel they are very excellent. So that is very, very marvelous, I think. So I am belong to all the world's media, so I don't belong to only one media. So okay, I hope people can understand this and respect my choice. So that is very, very spectacular. Okay, so today that's the video. We just talk about the Western world's procedure in the history. So before the 19th century, so the Politic still not formed very entirely. So that is just like a philosophy in so many countries. So before the 19th century, people still try in governing the country and still operate the country in their method. And here still are many systematical ways to control or lure the people into a direct that is very correct. So after last video, today we are going to talk about the Eastern world. The Eastern world, the main part is the Asia area. So to talk about the Asia area, what country will you think about? So the China. The Chinese is a very, very huge and the main part and a very significant country in the Eastern world, especially the Asia area. But you will feel desperate if you support to the democratic. So actually, I have ever told you, in the Chinese history, after the dynasty Qing, so the following dynasty are all very, very monarch-like. The monarch is the only one person who can own the entire country. And the monarch can obtain not only the wealth, but also all people's life. So the monarch can select and decide so many decisions. although people are suffering, but they all have to compare to the only one person who called monarch, emperor. So in Chinese history, we just last a very long time, about thousands years. We all follow the system that is monarch-like. You will feel that is so autocratic. So even though here is still a little bit noise in the Chinese history, the country, we still have some scholars. The scholars, some is just the professor in the university or just the officer in the government. So they will arouse some thoughts to resist the monarch's depostic. So how we describe it? So actually, because the dynasty by dynasty, people don't have time and sufficient money or space to create another country that is suitable for all the people, each one person. So they always follow dynasty by dynasty. So that is a very long period of time till the 19th century. The 19th century, the World War first and second. So the Western world just come to the Eastern world and then collapse a very amazing effect. So the Eastern world discovered the Western world's democratic. So they will wonder and they will arouse, they will just wake up. So that is why the 19th century, the Eastern world, China country, the scholar Sun Yishan, he created a system that is established for the Chinese country, a system about the democratic system. So, but before the 19th century, actually in the Eastern world, dynasty by dynasty are all autocratic system. So monarch is a very important person in the whole country. He can decide anything about the country. So that is very serious. So after thousands of years coming through, so people may complain, may yell at it, but they still have to compare with. So the feudal system become a very important system. So if the list of the Chinese history, the feudal system is just like the monarch, 君王, 诸侯, 卿大夫, 士, and the four parts is just in the feudal system, and here are also five. The important five in the 诸侯 is just the 公, 侯, 伯, 子, 男, just like the earl in Western world, the earl. So it is just existed that are existed in a feudal system. So it lasts a very long period of time. So people can not deny or resist any ruling from the government, and their birth decided his or her whole life. Definitely, because the country couldn't offer some opportunity that is make the lowest part layer person to turn over up to another better layer. So that is very, very unbelievable thousands years Chinese history all around the system that we sometimes call it autocratic. So the dictatorship bursts into the whole history, even though here are some scholars claim or advocate a kind of ruling that is close to the democratic, but under the ruling by the monarch, if it is useful and beneficial to the people, maybe a good monarch will accept it and use the policy to rule people and to make the people have a better life sometime. But if the monarch is not a good emperor, if the scholar offer a policy that is close to the democratic and irritate the emperor, maybe the scholar will be said to the death crime, the death punishment. So that is very serious. So actually, scholar from the university, academy, institution, or the government places, they will write some words, some writing work to just praise or to suggest or just to complain. So they cannot to offer toward the government or the monarch, but they can write down their thoughts, their suggestion on their work. So here are so many works in the Chinese literature. So we can see, even though under the feudal system, here are so many scholars in the Chinese history all support the democratic less or more. So that is a phenomenon in the Chinese country history. So it is very pity if the Chinese country can find out, discover the benefits of the democratic earlier. Maybe when the 19th century, the Chinese country will become different. Maybe people will be more, will be richer, or the people will be more positive, optimistic, or the countries is a place that good opportunities always happened. So that is a phenomenon around the history running. So the scholar in Chinese called Xiao Gongquan, he ever say that when a dynasty among the Ming and the Qing, here are some scholars just like Gu Yanwu, they write some articles, they write some writing work, sometimes to deliver and confess their thoughts about the government, which is ruled by the different race. Actually, in Chinese history, the dynasty are many, but not all are ruled by the China people. Some dynasties are ruled by other place race, just like the Qin, Yuan. So when the dynasties among the Ming and the Qin, so here are scholars like the Gu Yan who will complain about the government which is ruled by different race. They yelled at and they support too. The government should be more democratic. So etc. Like this kind of writing or articles written in the commonplaces. So, but the influence not very big, because the tradition of the Chinese history is all around the autocratic. The dictatorship is very significant. So people cannot overturn and they have to compel. So that is very desperate. But till the 19th century, when the Western world came to the Eastern world by the World War I and II, so the Eastern world countries discovered the politic from the Western world. They were aroused something and to inspired by the Western world. That is why the scholar, very famous scholar called Sun Yishan, so he created a system to establish a democratic system in a country. So after 19th century, that is the next video I will introduce to you all. So this video, I just to introduce a little bit about the Eastern world. Here is not something that is very close to the democratic, because the dynasty in the Chinese history is still very autocratic. So, but it is very amazing. People all accept it for thousands of years. If it is not the coming from the Western world, maybe till now, the Chinese country is still use the system that the monarchic, the autocratic system. So it is really a very interesting thing to think about, why the Chinese people think about this and to follow like this way. So if to approximately describe the Chinese country, I will say that the Chinese country is a very old place, and we still use the later that is like a picture. So we have a very long history, even from the later created very entirely. We still have many researching that is can just follow derived very early time. So why people in China continent they decide to compel this kind of policy? So that is a good question to bewilder. So even today, although the Chinese history is all about this, but in the world, some places have some researching to analyze about the Chinese history dynasty. So they are curious about this, and they develop some theories to explain the China people's development. Here is not something right or wrong. it is all about the people's decision to make the country become this kind of country. So that is very interesting. So okay, so that is all today's video I want to introduce to you, because we just finished last video. We just introduced the Western world. So we want to connect with the 19th century, but in the amount part, we have to talk a little bit about the Chinese area, the Eastern world. So this video we talk about the Chinese history. So but the culture like the literature or the painting or the collection by the giant country China really has abundant precious things. So in the world, sometimes even though the country is autocratic, but the art, the literature or other texture, or just the music or just painting, or the clothes. So many places people all amazing about it. So that is show that even under this system, Chinese people are very, very wise and talented. So we're always amazing about this. Okay, this is today's video. I hope you can have a wonderful time. Next video, we are going to talk the main thought when the Politic appeared, 19th century. Wait and see. See you next time. Bye bye.